So last week we shared with you guys some items that we brought into the RV for full-time living that really were wasted. They took up space they didn't need to take up.
This week, we're going to let you in on the items that we're so glad we kept, and they really earned their space.
Yes, they are worth it. So check out the video.
Free to roam, ooh, oh, can't you see the beauty of this land? It's where we're meant to be. From coast to coast, let the good times roll. In our Alliance paradigm, we're free in our soul.
All right, well, last week, we did a video on the mistakes we made and all the things we brought with us to the full-time RV life that we shouldn't have.
I'll throw a card up here. If you haven't seen that video, you can go back and check that out.
Yeah, hopefully you can learn from our mistakes.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Billy.
And we're
Free to Roam. This week we wanted to let you guys know that there are some things we are really glad we brought with us because we use them.
Yeah.
And they're worth the space they take up. So the first thing that comes to mind for me, because we had a little bit of cool weather recently, is our puffy coats.
Oh yeah, and we talked about overdoing it on clothes in last week's video, but we are definitely glad we kept those puffy coats because, hey, they scrunch up into nothing.
Yeah.
They store anywhere.
And if you wad them up into a little space and pack them up tightly and you bring them out, they don't even wrinkle.
Yeah.
They're great.
And they are actually really warm. I mean,
yes.
yeah.
So on those cool nights down here in Texas or when we go to Arizona and it's cool, having our puffy coats is just epic because they are lightweight, they don't take up much space, and we use them quite often. Okay, another thing that I'm going to tell you is worth every inch of space it takes up is our comfort in our bed. Sleep comfort is so important, you guys, and not only do we have a great mattress, but the thing we brought with us that we use and we're so thankful we have with us is our heated mattress cover. I know.
No judgment.
You're thinking, what? Yeah, we boondock a lot and stuff, but still, there's nothing better on a cool evening than getting into your bed and it's warm
Already
and
nice
it's
and
cozy.
warm.
Your feet aren't cold. I mean, it is just wonderful. A heated mattress pad is epic.
Billy, what
Yes.
you doing?
I'm turning on our bed heaters.
Oh, our what?
Sometimes it's cool at night here in Arizona, so I'm turning on our bed heaters. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we've got this mattress. It's a heated mattress pad that is king size. It covers the whole bed. And you come up here, and we each have our own controls. So let me show you mine. It's like this. You turn it on. And
So it has a setting and a timer?
You can do time. Like I've got it set for 8 hours. You can do a little warmer. You can do a little cooler. It's pretty handy when it's cold at night because I'm telling you, nothing is better than climbing into a warm bed when you're a little chilly. Especially if you're sick. If you're ever sick, it feels so good to climb into a warm heated bed. So we can each have our own controls. Mine can be warmer, his can be cooler, whatever. Heated mattress pad. Won't live without one, even in the RV. If you haven't tried it, I suggest you do.
Ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was not initially. I was like, really? Yeah, don't want to be without it now.
Once you go with a heated mattress pad, you'll never go back. The next things that we brought with us that we're pretty happy we brought with us were a few kitchen items that are worth their space.
Yeah. Last week we talked about the kitchen gadgets that we no longer need and weren't useful, but there are a few that we really can't live without.
Oh, I'm so glad I have the things I have. I have a smaller Instapot because it's only Sean and I, so I can cook smaller meals. Cooking some lunch here with my Instapot. Wonder where Scout is. Oh, there she is in the sun. Oh, she's sleeping. Her little face is all muddy. Do you see her?
Yeah.
I've got a cast iron skillet that my dad gave me. It's an old cast iron skillet, and I won't do without it because when we cook in the camper on the stovetop, I use cast iron. It's the only way I like to cook. So one of the things that I definitely was it was a deal breaker for me, was when we came to the full-time RV life, I was not going to leave behind my cast iron skillets. This is the only way I cook in the RV. Gas stove, cast iron skillets. I've got a small one, and I've got a big one, and I also carry a griddle. This is the best way to cook pancakes, cooked tortillas. These were a deal breaker for me. They had to come with us in the RV. I'm so glad we brought them because it's the only way I like to cook in the RV was with cast iron. And that's cooking anything, but have to have my cast iron. So I think one of the other things that's kind of special to me, and I do use them as well, but they're just special and they're sentimental, is a knife set that my dad got when my dad was in the Army in the 60s. He was stationed in Germany during the Vietnam War, and he got a set of German knives. I don't even know what the handles are made out of. Are they made of bone?
I want to say they're red stag antler bone, but they're, German steel. Really, really
they're
nice.
Engraved. He got them for my grandma when he was in Germany, and he gave them to me, and I love them. It's a knife and a fork. What do you call those forks that you use to like hold meat down?
For like trimming.
Yeah,
it's
meat. Just a great knife set with a fork and a knife, and I keep them because not only are they sentimental to me, but I use them, and they're very high quality, so worth the space that they take up for sure. All right, I'm a coffee snob, so I am very particular about my coffee. So one thing...
We got to get that cup of joe to get going in the morning.
Yeah, the one thing we brought with us that we are so happy we have and is worth every ounce of space it takes up on the counter, my Nespresso machine. The Nespresso machine makes great coffee, iced coffee, hot coffee, and it's not quite as big as some of the big bulky coffee machines, so it's on our bar pretty nicely, but I love it. It's the way I like to drink my coffee, so I won't do without my Nespresso machine. And the pods really don't take up that much space. I have a little basket there on my coffee bar that they go in, so worth every...
Oh yeah, and you can be really selective with the pods that you choose. So
Absolutely.
If we want to have different brews or different flavors seasonally or whatever.
And you don't have to make a full pot of coffee if it's just Shawn and I having 1 or 2 cups in the morning when we get up.
You get a little shot of espresso or a whole cup or, your choice.
It's a wonderful machine.
Well, I've referenced a couple of times, the video we made last week about things that we overpacked on, and books was one of those things. But there are a couple of books I mentioned that I did keep that are very special to me. And one of them happens to be my grandmother's Bible. It's just one of those things that was left to me when my grandmother passed, so it has a lot of sentimental value, but I just don't want to be without it.
It's definitely a book we take along. Like we said, we like to turn the pages and read a book, but when Shawn gets in his Bible, he likes to read it.
Yeah.
And his grandma's Bibles.
It just helps me stay connected to her and to her memory, and, it gives me a sense of family out on the road.
Yeah, and we talked about last week photo albums and photo books that I used to have made of all of our memories. They just took up so much space. So Shawn got me a digital photo frame that is awesome. I can fit thousands and thousands of photos on there, and it just scrolls through like a screensaver. So when you're sitting in the living room, you can see photos pop up every now and then. And they're actually photos that I hardly ever see on my phone. So it's great to have that digital photo frame. And it doesn't use much power, so even when we're boondocking, I plug it in and use it because it means a lot to me to see those pictures.
And sometimes it's better than a TV show. Like Billy said, we'll sit in there and just watch. We'll catch ourselves. They're not on purpose, but we'll catch ourselves just watching the pictures scroll by and like, oh, you remember that? Or, so worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, definitely something worth having. One of the other things that we are definitely glad we brought with us is our outdoor comfortable chairs. Now, we had several sets of lawn chairs, camp chairs, if you will, because in case we have people over or, one day I'd want to sit in this kind of chair, the next day I'd want to sit in that kind of chair. But we quickly realized we don't need all of those chairs. Now, I in particular love my zero gravity chair because I can lay back, put my feet up, read a book, suntan, take a nap.
Somebody's really fond of naps.
I love that zero gravity chair, and we had a set of them, 2 of them, and if you know anything about zero gravity chairs, they don't fold up very small. They're very bulky. So Shawn didn't use his, so we thought, we'll just leave that at our son's house in Texas and just take one, which I love because I use it every time I'm outside.
We did have several sets of those camp chairs, and we've gone through some that were better than others. But after being out on the road and camping with some friends, we found that those wraparound, puffy, extra, like a barrel type chair they're just awesome. If you're sitting around a campfire in the cool desert evening in Arizona, you can wrap yourself up in a blanket and be warm by the fire. They're really, really comfortable, and
there's plenty of room for Scout to sit beside me when we sit out there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're what we have decided are our go-to #1 chair. Now, we do still carry one set of those captain's chairs, but they're usually in the truck, and that they go with us if we go to someone else's camp or whatever.
Yeah.
Which kind of negates the need for the what ifs. Well, what if we have friends over? We have extra chairs or whatever.
Yeah, most of the time we have friends over, they bring their own
They'll bring their
chairs.
own. And so we are prepared to do the same
Yeah.
when we go visit someone else.
Definitely needed some comfortable chairs, but we had to downsize and we had to make a decision. Which ones do we like the best? And we stuck with those and we took them with us, and we're so glad we did because we love sitting outside in those chairs.
Oh yeah, get yourself the right chair.
So last week's video really dove into the things we brought with us that we didn't need to, the mistakes we made thinking we needed to bring some what if or some just in case items, and we clearly learned from those mistakes. And then this week we talked about all the things that we are so glad we did bring with us. So if you're thinking about the full-time RV life, go back and watch our video last week and see if you can learn something from the mistakes that we made, and then compare it to this week's video to see the things that we really cherish out here on the road that we brought with us. Hopefully these two videos together are going to help you guys decide what you should bring out here on the road or what you shouldn't, and maybe they'll give you some peace of mind of what to expect when you're out here living full-time.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because we don't only just make these two videos. We're going to have another one coming out probably next week.
We got a bunch of other ones you can go back and watch too that are pretty good.
Yeah, we think.
Right now, though, I do want to ask you guys, put in the comments down below, what's one thing that you kept when you went full-time RV living that you are so glad you kept with you? We want to know what your items are that you cherish out here on the road. So yeah, thanks for coming along. We really appreciate you guys.
We will look forward to maybe meeting you out on the road. We have a lot of rallies coming up.
Yeah.
And some
Hopefully
great videos coming out between now and then.
Hopefully our paths cross out there. If you're ever in the area where you think we are, reach out to us, let us know so we can hopefully meet up. But thanks for coming along, you guys. We really appreciate all of your support. Until next week, safe travels.
And we will see you out there.
Take care. Bye.
Free to roam, ooh, oh, can't you see the beauty of this land? It's where we're meant to be. From coast to coast, let the good times roll in our